Alright folks, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Martin, aka ALCHEMOTO, and as you can see today we are back out on the 48. It's been a while, but a much needed ride was needed. So for the last couple of weeks, since getting back from the weekender in Scotland, which of course I've got the vlogs out on YouTube now, and again of course that is on the Triumph Tiger, which is proving to be an awesome popular bike for that type of journey that I've been doing. So the old Sporty's been at rest in the garage, but only temporary, because as you know, this thing is tied to me like a pair of shoelaces are tied to a good pair of boots. So we're just going up the hill past Dovestones Reservoir, one of my favourite roads. We're not going far today. Just needed to stretch the legs a little bit. Definitely tell it's cooling down. I've got no liners in my jacket or anything. It's just about holding the right temperature for a hoodie underneath and a pair of jeans. It's not going to be long before the heated shit comes out. Because as you know guys, to be honest with you, the last few years of riding through the winter, I've never had any heated stuff bar the heated grips on this bike. The Triumph of course has got heated seats and grips, but this is just raw, pure rawness, this thing. And have I missed it. Just the sound of this bike is just awesome. With awesome views as well. There's a little, depends whether I come back down this way, there's a little pulling area here. In fact, can we be cheeky and go on this for a shot or two? The only thing is the wall. I can't do any helmet off shots because the wind is ridiculous today, so there'll be no drone flying. But what an awesome view of that valley. So you've got the catchment here with all the water coming down, some walks over there on the over Saddleworth Moor, and then draining back down towards the main reservoir, which is a little bit low looking at the banks at the moment. It swings around the other half of the hill there. But so lucky to have this. It's only 10 minutes from my house, and then you're up over the main Saddleworth Moor over the top, which a lot of you know that is one of the most bumpiest roads in the world, even though they've resurfaced it. But we're going to go over there and find a stretch because, as the title says today, I've never known how fast this bike is. So for those of you who've already noticed, in front of me I've got the 0 to 60 and 0 to 100 quarter mile times and everything on this little app on my phone, and I've looked at the reviews on it, and this one out of about 20 seems to be the one that works. The only problem with this is I have to press start and then go, so I'm going to be sort of, you know, maybe a second out, but it's going to be interesting. So we're going to give that a go. With the wind behind me, I should say. We've got a full tank of fuel as well, so we're completely wet. I should have left it with just enough in, really, lighten the load, but we'll see how this baby flies. to make the most of when it's like this, because when the leaves are down and it's wet, we're not going to get many opportunities, so take it while you can. There's the view looking down towards the reservoir, and it's bloody low. That's the lowest I've seen it. The only problem with this is you can't. I had a bit of wheel bounce there on that turn. Because it's so bumpy, you've got to be careful when you're overtaking it on this road. I'll try and rewind and slow that, but the road was sort of so undulating. Still is now. I say this every time I come up here and I still bloody do it. But overtaking those cars on that slight bend of the road, I'll say it again, was so undulating that as I'm turning, my wheel was wobbling like that on the front. Teaches you a little bit of control. Okay, so we're going to start. There's a little pulling in a bit after this sign up here. I'll tell you what, it is really windy. Don't know if I've got my... I definitely zipped up. Feel the wind ripping through my jacket. It's not a windproof jacket this, but it's my favourite, as you all know. Don't know whether we can do a launch off from here actually, because it's a little bit it's a little bit bumpy, that, and we're not going to be able to do it from there. Let's move on. Hang on. These laybys are crap. Doing it again because that was just the first run. Timed run. Got to get the hang of it first, I think, before we put pen to paper, so to speak. Okay, so start. Okay, we've got a full grid. I'm getting some wheel bounce on that. I'm going to have to check that tyre pressure. All my shocks. Okay, so I'm going to pull down into Home Bridge. And we'll have a look at these results. As things get older. God, that's low as well, isn't it? I was thinking I was on the Triumph and I was going to stand up on the pegs. That reservoir is dog low. Now we're going to stop here and have a look at these results and then pop our head over the wall at this water, because that is even lower than the last time I came down here. You see it down there, folks, on the way down, but that's just ridiculous. All these people having 3 baths a night. Just looks like someone's pulled the plug out. Jeez. So the maximum speed on that run was 108.54 distance to start. Mind you, it was still running till I stopped here, so it's gone on for 4 minutes. Not to 65.7 seconds. Okay, discount, remember, because I've got to press the button and then get on the bike and go. So you can discount a little bit for that. 0 to 100 in 13 seconds. Obviously we didn't make 120. So the difference between 0 to 20, 2.8, 1 second then to 40, 3.8 and 5.8 nearly, so then 2 seconds between 40 and 60. And I didn't hit the limit at that time. So that's is that a 13-second run at 103? Yep. Probably knock a second off for that start though. So we're just gonna head further up here towards Home Boss and get on the flat and do one more run before I start heading home. It's just been so good to get out just for a blast today. That's what I needed. But before we cut forward to that, like I said, the plans now the rest of the year is to try and get out as much as I can, even through the winter months on the dry days. There's a few things in the pipeline for trips out, days out, but as I say, we're losing the light a little bit earlier, and we're even planning for next year as well. So garage, I've got some bits to repair still for Macca on his breakouts. And possibly some more paintwork this year in the garage. A few people interested in having the tins done. Let's just have a look at this. That's one low reservoir. No dead bodies floating around though, is there? Even the grass growing up here, because no, that water is right up to there. Wow. Bike's looking and sounding as awesome as ever. Sure, we get ready for a 15k service soon, so we'll do a biggie on that. Anyway, so the top of the Moss, which is always popular. Can't believe the ice cream man's still up here though. Get a little bit chilly for that now. Nice, very nice. And those doom clouds, which always seem to be in the top of Home Boss, as you guys know, looks like they're following me back. And the last time that happened, if you remember, I got piss wet through and I had to empty the boots out at the end of Woodard, which is the valley at the bottom of this road. Let's just hope we don't have to do that one again. Don't be a fucking dick. What a total cockhead. So that's what you get in the UK, is pricks like that who nearly actually lost it. But there's no point in me overtaking someone dangerous like that and putting my own life at risk. You see, you slowed right down with the brake lamps on now there, because he was obviously shit his pants. I don't know if you saw that. We'll slow that down, but he nearly lost it on the bend. But yeah, there's no point on this. Anyway, so yeah, Home Moss, one of my favourite places, apart from when people dump shit in the laybys. But we're going to do one more run, and then I'm going to get myself home. But I'm thinking now it's better off doing this on the flat, because this road is pretty bendy and not really going to get decent 0 to 60 time. So we're going to get down the bottom of here, stop, put the app back on, and then that'll close the vlog. So let's get off this hill. Well, it's working for now. Okay, so this is going to be the final run. First gear, indicators off. Traffic behind clear, traffic in front clear. Let's go. That was a bad start. Do that one again. Okay. Start. Now I had that right down. I was watching the clock then at sort of 5 seconds, so if that's any different then something's wrong. 5.5 seconds, there we go. 5.5 seconds, and with a little bit of delay on my start as well. I did slip a little bit on the clutch. So that is reading a lot better. We didn't do a quarter mile time obviously on that. We didn't have a long enough stretch. So we'll compare that data in a bit to the 3 runs we've done, but that's got better overall. Second one was a little bit slow, but I knew that when I pulled off. First one at 7 point something, but we've nailed it there at 5.5. Plus obviously from pressing start to go you can take a little bit off. So I think we're in probably, you know, the high 4s there. But anyway, thanks for coming along for the ride. That's been quite fun, something completely different for a change. If you've not subscribed to ALCHEMOTO, please, now's your chance to hit the subscribe button. It's free to do so. Plenty more to come on the channel, and I'll be seeing you guys soon. But for now, ALCHEMOTO is signing out. I'll see you later, folks.